Thanks all for coming. The next talk will be by Roberto Guido. Let's welcome him.
Hello. This talk is supposed to be about the GASdotto project, but before we have to clarify the gas part, which is a core concept for the application, of course, and this talk itself. GAS is Italian acronym for Gruppo Acquisto Solidale, which can be translated as ethical purchasing group, or a group of people, usually living in the same neighborhood or working in the same place, which identify some producer, farmers, bakers, winemakers, and so on in their area. Periodically, which can be weekly, monthly, or according to seasonality of products, for each supplier, for each producer, a new order is started. Each member of the group asks for the quantity of the product available for their needs. Then the order is closed. The order is submitted to the producer and finally delivered. This is very quick explanation of how it works, but this is the most common use case among the many use cases existing. But the important thing is the target to close the gap between the people and the producer. This has many implications, a lot of implications. You cut down the whole large distribution chain with all of its cost, waste, and monopolistic price approach of large distribution. And you end up in supporting your local economy, in delivering more money to the local producer of the stuff you daily eat at home. So this is also a kind of economical lifestyle. You don't buy things at the supermarket, paying just for the service to move the stuff near your home, but your direct relationship with the producer is closed with a group of people which help each one to the order to organize the orders and deliveries, all the logistics about the delivery of the products. According to economiasolidale.net, which is the Italian website about ethical economics and purchasing, there are about 300 groups in Italy, but for sure there are more than this. They are from as little as 5 families, as 200 families. They are any size, scattered across all the country. And according to my own personal estimation, they account for about 4 million euro per year in products goods purchased directly from producer in a local area. Local area is not just near your city, but maybe as far as your own country, but it is in relatively short distance geographically. Given this very quick and very raw explanation of how this group works, eventually you can ask me later for more details, we can go just a few words about the project itself. It started in 2009, almost by joke. A friend of a friend was going nuts trying to manage all the stuff of his own very large group by Excel spreadsheet delivered by email, complete mess. So asked me for a small application to handle the numbers, the requests, the deliveries. I started it. The project started growing, both in adoption, and many groups started to adopt it, and in functionality. So year after year, it became quite a mess, completely unmaintainable. It was delivered in first place, developed with the Google Web Toolkit. It appeared like a good idea at the time. Now, in a more recent year, I've completely implemented it with PHP Laravel. It's mostly plain Bootstrap and plain jQuery, but I'm studying for migrating part of the application with Vue. I am just a developer, and then a pair of friends which are more into the effective stuff ask me to add or move or remove or change a thing. So there is a kind of collaborative work about what is required and how to implement it. Here, a generic user screen with all the contacts and stuff, and in particular the roles management. There is a list of permissions with custom roles. It is useful in when you have groups of different sites. There may be different permission, different responsibilities within the group. So in particular, usually there is given a group for each supplier, for each producer. There is a single person which is responsible to keep the contacts, start the orders, end the orders, get format about deliveries. So you have a single person has to have the permission to start and the order and so on. So you have a role management. Here a screen for a product, a particular product, with all of the many parameters that impact on the final price. A product may be priced by unit, by weight. It may be available just a given quantity. There are, due to the fact that the group organizes itself with the producer, you have not a central entity that try to easy the stuff. You have to manage all the complex logistics by yourself. And of course, the application try to help the person, the referent, the responsible of the staff to manage all the numbers. And the accounting screen. Here, all transactions are tracked and alter the balance or one of the many balances that each entity has attached. The main group, the single user, the single producer, every time you know how much money you have to pay to the supplier, how much money a given user have to pay, so to handle all the economic stuff, economic circle. It is, of course, freedom, and it is eventually also freezing beer. There is a free hosting service supported by some spare donation. It is, you have to consider, of course, that the main target of the application are not nerdy people, techie people able to install, deploy web application on their own server. So this is to keep it easy for them to use the application and start to use it with no techie stuff to do. No database to deploy and so on. But of course, you can also, and many groups also, in which there is a more technical person inside, can download the application and deploy on their own server. Now, the effective point of this talk is this. Given very quick explanation how ethical purchasing group works. The point is, if you are interested in this kind of model, or you have some question about it, you can help to spread in your own country. Not the application itself. If you like it, I'm very happy. But the point is to spread the model, the purchasing model itself. Translation, of course. The application is right now available in English and German, thanks to my translators. If you want to help the translation in French or Spanish, I hope it will be soon available in webplate.org to get more easy interaction with the translations. And of course, this application has been produced for the Italian, very particular fiscal, administrative, legal panorama, but eventually, if there is some particular requirement to adapt it for the legislation and fiscal requirements of your country, it is welcome some suggestions or guidance about the adaptation and localization, not just of the language, but also of all the economic flow of the application. So if you are interested, please contact me. The website also is available in Italian and in English. It explains how the application works, so it probably help also to understand how a group works. The application is done for a group, so you may understand how the group itself, the model itself works. If you want, you can find me by mail, on Twitter and GitHub, and that's it. If you have some question. So the question is about if there is some way to share the information, the products between groups, different groups. Yes, there is. You are able to export and import files. There is not a central repository, just because every producer may apply different prices for different groups, larger or smaller, or according to quantity. So the price is not always the same, but there are functions to export and import the whole product list and even eventually an order. It is quite common, the use case in which you have a giga group that collects the orders of all smaller groups to order oranges from Sicily, to deliver a single tier from Sicily to Piedmont for everyone. So every group organizes its own order. You deliver in Sicily, Sicily send the oranges, and you have a single order that collects everyone.
Are there any plans for a mobile app or a mobile client?
It is being re-implemented with Bootstrap. So, sorry. The question is if it is available for mobile platform, if it can be used by mobile devices. Yes, it is. The whole graphic framework is Bootstrap, so it's responsible design. It is usable by mobile device. There is no native application app. I think it will never be, but among the many plans there is also an API. So if someone will like to adapt to develop a different client, mobile one, or with a different web interface, it's possible. It will be possible to do.
Thank you. I don't know if you've heard, but in France there's a company that does something similar. It's called La Ruche.
Oui.
And it seems to me to be very nearly identical. What are the differences?
The question is, in French there is a similar initiative, La Ruche di Oui, sorry my French, but I think it is the Uber of economy. They just supply the platform, and the people have all the effort to organize the order, and they take a cut just doing nothing. So it is like you have the large distribution that at least have the effort to take the products and move there and have the supermarket clean and so on. They just do nothing. There is a platform in which a single person takes the effort to organize the order and to contact the producer, and the people buy on it. And on the price the people pay, there is a small cut that is delivered to the platform. They do absolutely nothing, and they take the money that are meant to be to arrive to the producer. The point is to more money for the effective producer of the stuff to impact on sustainable growth. So if you take a cut of the price, doing absolutely nothing, there is the same problem of energy distribution. I'm sorry, the time is out, so contact me here. There are more questions, but eventually ask me later. Thank you, everybody.